Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a terrific Tuesday night, and we got a stacked Tuesday up ahead tonight. NXT blown off the doors for this one from Cincinnati, Ohio. It's going to be a fun show, folks. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. We got lots to talk about. Is Vince back? Dun, dun, dun. But we will get into all of it here tonight. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you NXT tonight. Like I said in the opening, NXT kicking off this big show tonight. It's a lot going on, a lot of presence from TNA, but a lot of rumors, lots of stories, lots of things out there in the world. Plus, I'm watching the hashtag WFU get some traction. I like it. But me and that pretty face, we'll be hanging out with you all night long. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Don't forget those little reaction buttons. But I will take a second to remind everyone out there, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and I'm telling everybody now, you got about a little over 10 minutes, about 12 minutes right now. Tell everyone that you know that can hear our voice. Tell everyone that can audibly watch wrestling that this is a show you do not want to miss. We're getting damn near almost a PLE tonight, and it's very much that NXT TNA kind of crossover show that we always thought we were going to get a bit.
Yeah, and again, we're not getting like the juicy matchups that we really want.
We're getting the Hardy Boys, my guy.
Well, no, but they're doing it very smart. It's not Hardy's versus Axiom. It's Hardy's versus the No Quarter Catch Crew. A nice introduction. Get them back in the mix. WWE putting up Hardy's merch. Crazy. But Moose going after Lexus King tonight. So that shall be interesting. We'll see how Oba plays into that. Ricky Stark's debut in a tag match against another, defector, if you will, Ethan Page with Wes Lee. A lot going on.
Well, and then even still, the women's North American title match between Stephanie Vacour and Carmen Petrovich. So, again, top to bottom, I'm telling you now, take this word to the bank. This is a cannot miss episode of NXT. Last week was a 10. Can this be 11? Is this Spinal Tap? Do these go to 11?
Right. What can we do? We also do have this faction running around. We don't know what they're going to do. Mr. Stone cannot come to work tonight due to the actions last week. We did see them take out the tag team division or members of it. No one's safe. So, like we said, Javon Evans teaming up with Ricky Starks tonight should be a lot of fun. Roadblock coming up very soon. Stand and Deliver not far away. We already talked about Moose, Lexus King, and of course the Hardy Boys tonight.
Well, I wasn't trying to do the Jeff Hardy, but are you surprised? Because I looked today and I can't fully confirm it, but what I saw today is Roadblock's a regular episode of NXT. Yeah. I thought it was a Saturday.
No, it's a Tuesday. It's
okay.
I think 13th it might be. But yeah, Roadblock is
mid-March.
Just a special show. So it'll be a slightly elevated show. We've seen them do it with some other name titled shows. So yeah, I mean, again, a nice little special show to kind of bridge the gap between Vengeance Day and Stand and Deliver.
Absolutely. But yeah, we're getting the Hardy Boys back, my guy. And you mentioned it, you talked about it, you teased it, of WWE releasing Hardy Boys merch. So first, active TNA wrestler merch that's on the WWE shop. And rumor is that WWE damn near expects them to have a main roster story going by like summer, springish.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I saw these reports. Again, I do doubt, and again, we've talked a lot about, trying to get away from the fake news. and trying to get away from some of it. I don't like to put people on blast, but my God, Cultaholic is on my new hit list. Like they're bad. They suck. If you are a member of Cultaholic and you can hear my voice, y'all need to do better. What happened to y'all? But nonetheless, yeah, I mean, again, I don't know how true these stories are, but I could see the Hardys, having that little bit of a run that leads to like a mania match because they sell tickets.
Well, absolutely. Well, and we've talked about this before. I was wondering if, by the sounds of it, that you actually, wanted to see them on the main roster. But Matt's been open about it. Obviously, people kind of want to see Jeff back again and everything. Everybody loves Jeff.
Sorry,
but well, it's being honest. Jeff screwed up a whole lot more and is still a lot more over.
Yeah, lucky Matt wasn't the problem child.
Yeah, would have been gone. But Matt, they've openly talked about it. The fans kind of want it. Seems like WWE wants it. No one's expecting them to go back and just be world beaters again or anything.
No, never.
But just to have that moment again, because it's still one of the biggest WrestleMania pops of recent years when they surprisingly showed up at, what was it? Was it 33?
30, yeah, 33, 32.
No, 32 was Texas, 33 was Orlando, 34 New Orleans. Yeah.
And still one of the best swerves ever. Like, I mean, New Day selling like they were going to be the guys, and here come the Hardys.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, again, for my money, I think there's something there. Even like something like the New Day right now. You want to get like the New Day a ton of heat, have them pick on the Hardys.
Yeah, actually, that would be the best thing you could really do. And they have clearly a history, and that's a feud that works. Clearly, babyface heels. You can tell that story, and it keeps them away from the title picture. That's perfect.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. But ladies and gentlemen, we have about 6 minutes and 40 seconds before the start of NXT here tonight. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend. We want to see these chats in triple digits every single night. So we appreciate you stopping in. Make sure you let everybody know as we are in for a busy week ahead. Before we say hello to the chat, I do want to remind everybody, Dynamite tomorrow, as you know. Thursday, previews, predictions for Elimination Chamber. Friday, 3-hour SmackDown. Saturday, 6 p.m., we go live. We're here all night long. The Saturday night streams always cook. Can't wait for Elimination Chamber in my backyard. It's going to be a great weekend. And then we got more coming. Revolution's on the way. There's so much coming our way wrestling-wise, Nick.
Absolutely. Well, real quick. Did you see Drew kind of call it out Cena today on Twitter?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. And did I see rumors going around that Cena was coming here tonight? But it was that?
Well, I have not heard that. That would be just. Yeah. He's got to counter Dwayne now.
Right. I can do it better.
Probably. I can smack Javon Evans on the rear.
But yeah, man. Cena, Drew just trolls everybody.
Well, and it's a valid point of no one's really gone at Cena, who's the albatross a bit in this match until now.
Yeah, because we haven't seen him up to this point. I don't think we're going to get him on Friday. Maybe we do.
Oh yeah, no. We're not getting Cena on TV until Chamber.
Until Chamber, right? So we have Punk, Logan Paul, Seth, Logan Paul, Seth, Punk, Seth, Drew. Like we have all the pieces clicking, and there's just this one lazy tooth on the gear, just kind of clicking.
And he's kind of, like I said, the albatross of he's the most likely, the most predictable one. He would have the best betting odds as someone who's going to win this too.
Yeah, and I think me personally, if I'm being a little nitpicky on the programming, if Cena is going to be the guy that wins this, which he really could be, I kind of wish we got a little bit more of him in the last week or so.
Did you need him, or did you need someone going at him like Drew did?
A bit of both. You know what I mean? His making his claim, making presence. Like he did the media scrum and was like, that didn't go well. See you at Chamber. Like I get it. It's his final run. He's going to do bit pieces. But yeah, I still want to. I don't want to be uninvested in this whole process because he's never around.
Fair enough. Well, I'm sorry I might have kept you away from being invested in the chat. I apologize.
Oh, and this is a perfect way to start off the chat is C Money in first tonight. But when the Saints go marching in. The pick of Punk and our buddy Ricky.
No,
Yeah, just two saints having a good time. I thought it was a really good picture.
Ah,
But yeah, thank you so much. C Money. Dawson Luke might be a new name, unless it's an anagram for someone else.
yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait, KJ and Nick. You got no chance in hell. Oh, come on, Fox. Now, the story went out today for those who don't know. Rumor was that Fox is in discussions with Vince McMahon to potentially start a wrestling show company. I don't know. I don't know. It quickly got debunked. It really did happen fast. So I will give the people that debunked it some credit. But my God, like this is more of just the shit that gets put out there on a daily basis. I can't see the only way Vince could be involved in anything that way is silently. Like he'd have to be the silent partner.
But that's not Vince. That's not Vince. And
That's the
nothing that
problem.
Vince does would ever be silent.
Who's going to willingly go to work for Vince?
Russo.
Russo can wrestle and write and like.
Oh, I thought you meant okay. So
In
in
any
ring,
capacity.
in ring, Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen, right? Like Brock Lesnar versus Velveteen
Yeah,
Dream.
Brock Lesnar is going to be his top attraction,
right? For our third Iron Man match of the month.
or then BJ Ray from LFG will probably go.
Yeah, no shit, right? Like, so that's the thing. I mean, does Vince have enough money and enough arrogance to try again? It'd be really crazy if a new wrestling company popped up. I'm all for it. Let's see how this goes.
What if it wasn't Vince? What if it was Shane?
I'm in. Like, that's what I mean. Like, maybe the only way it would ever get close to working is if it was like a Shane or somebody that was building this company and Vince was kind of I almost said in the closet, but in the background pulling some strings. Because if the public knows, it's dead. It's dead before it gets started.
The thing is, you can't do that. That TNA did that with Vince Russo. Dixie was hiding from Spike that Russo was working and everything like that. If you do that with Vince, that's that on a grand scale.
But if Vince is the guy, like I'm sure Fox would know. I can't imagine you couldn't let it go public. But anyway, let's get back to the chat. Clay Lewis is with us. How you doing? How you doing? That's us. Damien, looking forward to Ricky Saint versus Ethan Page tonight. I still call him Starks. Just comes out. We'll get used to it. Yeah. Isaac, good to see you, buddy. Welcome back. Welcome back. The Hardys on WWE TV, Fatal Influence, and Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace going to be on the mic tonight, apparently.
There you go. Well, even then, it's more of this is very NXT more than it is truly NXT.
Oh, yeah. Anybody that had any doubt or any criticism of this relationship right now, they're not paying attention. I'm sorry, You're just getting clips on the internet. You're not actually watching. Cherokee George, evening all beautiful. 60. Today was gorgeous here too. We got double-digit Celsius for a couple hours. It was perfect. 64 degrees today. Last Tuesday was -4. Yeah, see, just like this. Okay, gotcha. But yes, let's go. Cherokee George, welcome back. Sean, the WFU in the house, folks. We gotta push it. If you are on social media, whether it's Instagram or X or anywhere, hashtag WFU, tag the channel, tag each other. Let's build the new wrestling utopia, the new wrestling community, the one that just doesn't sit around and hate watch. That doesn't mean we don't criticize, but we don't hate watch.
Yeah, I got way too much other going on to just sit here and hate watch respectfully.
It's true. It's true, man. Cherokee George, we got you. AM Lion. How's it hanging, gentlemen? It's a Tic-Tacky Taco Tuesday. Yes. I mean, Panda. I love Panda Express, bro.
Have not had. Not around me. Not around me.
It's good. It's good. Orange Chicken, shout out. AM Lion, welcome back. Rocco, welcome. Kevin, Denisha. As we are about to start the live event, we will continue roll call and say hello to the people. We apologize for being so long-winded, but there is a lot happening in the wrestling world.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I have then.
Oh, it's so close.
Now. I hiccuped. Forever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to sync up like Nick and I, you are about to get together.
There we go.
On your screen, if you want to be at the same part we are, in case you're off. But yes, we are ready to roll. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Cincinnati, Ohio, about to get lit up.
Absolutely. I'm gonna just rattle off some names that I see. I'm not gonna click on anybody, but Brandon Paul, what up? Jose, what up? Paul Scott, what up? Ian, I did see your comment earlier, and shout out to, I believe you said it was your cousin. I apologize if I'm wrong with that, but he was very much being an advocate for mental health and everything, and that's 100% what we're all about around here. So, yeah, glad you're here, my guy.
Knee pad patrols back in the house. Yeah, shout out T's and P's to everybody. Celsius, ooh, what's that? Yeah, the system that makes sense.
Yeah, we're the only like country that's just like fuck the metro system.
Hey, sorry, Nick. They're here.
I need to hear that. I've avoided listening to that theme song like all day today, just because so when it hits, it'll feel fresh in my body.
I'm not calling him Saint, says Jose.
I almost called him Starks in the call out today.
I keep calling him Starks. It's so hard not to. It's like Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson. I still make a mess of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We're starting off with the women's North American title. We're starting off with Stephanie.
Great entrance, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. She's over like Rover. We've talked about it before. That's why some people feel that she should be where Julia is, and they vice versa. They switch roles.
You know what? I like Julia a lot. I think Stephanie's had a faster rise in the company. I think she's gotten over a little quicker. Yeah, I mean, hard to argue.
That's the thing, though. That's the best thing about this is that you're not wrong, but I can understand the other side of it. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Julia's a super talent. She's the star attraction. You already teased her showing up and everything. You've already invested into her, all that.
Right. Polo's in the house. Paul's in the house. Daryl, what's up, Daryl? How you doing? Super hyped. KJ is hyped for Dynamite tomorrow. Nick is here. You know what that means. Yeah, no, tomorrow shall be interesting.
It actually is a stat card. Harley, you're getting Brian Keith versus Ospreay. Like, on paper, it has potential to be really good.
Straight up, I put Harley front and center and large and in charge in the middle of our thumbnail. I'm trying to prove a point here, people.
So everyone, when you're sharing the link and everything, make sure you at Harley. What?
Oh, I was going to ask you a question. And
Go ahead.
You know the answer, but maybe not. In the chat as well. How did we get to Ospreay versus Bounty Hunter? Like, tell me Ospreay's not doing a learning tree run now.
I hope not. I just want to enjoy the match because it's still, every time I look at Brian Keith and he's in the learning tree, I'm just like the Godfather scene of look what they did to my boy.
Right.
Like, I was so proud of you. I wanted you to be so much, and you had this bullshit.
Ian with a super strong message. And one of the big things we are advocates for here on this channel is mental health. And then we do remind the gentlemen out there who can be a little bit lax with mental health or let stereotypes kind of hold them back. Exactly what Ian says here. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Yeah, reach out. No problem is unsolvable. And again, Nick, do you want to add to that?
The world's a whole lot better that you're in it and everything like that. Like, we've openly talked about both of our own mental health issues and everything like that. So 100%. It should be a whole lot cooler if you stayed here with us. That's what it is.
Yeah, and if you're lonely, having a bad day, come hang out with us. We'll take your mind off all your troubles.
Facts. You can just watch us lose our minds over in wrestling and everything like that. Still, what in the Old Town Road is Ashante the Adonis wearing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna take my Carmen to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride.
What's up, Boston? How you doing? Your armband for the Hardys. Dale, welcome back. But yes, T's and P's for sure. Cultaholic, we're coming for you. Dude, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'll give them credit. They were making good content once upon a time. Now they're horrible. They're absolutely horrible. And I think in 3 years on this channel, we've called out like 2 people. And definitely don't call out anybody. Like, we'll call out like a Meltzer, like the pros. But yeah, Cultaholic sucks.
Fair enough.
We got like, there you go. Thoughts and prayers. I appreciate the chat, giving the love. One of the things I love about this community.
Submission is this from Carmen?
It looks horrible, like painful. Oh,
well, painful to watch or painful to be in?
It doesn't look fun to be in. Oh, swings are over. I mean, again, both women showing off really good technical transitions here. Oh, into the pendulum.
Oh, she had to get her foot back in there. You saw the foot come a little loose. I'm waiting for Twitter to run wild with that.
God, people need to chill the fuck out.
Yes.
MCMG versus the Hardys wouldn't be a bad thing. What up, Jake? Rocco, Brandon.
Blade. 1, 2.
Oilers versus Tampa tonight. Oof. See McDavid be on fire now.
Well, I mean, he's Canada's hero now.
That's it.
I'll read this one. Spaz with a $10 super chat. Sticky and Slippy sent you guys some pics on the Twitter machine. A buddy of mine that does vinyl work is helping with the chamber setup at the Dome. We need a WFU logo. Go and just tag it right there. Just slip a little fucking, sticker there.
Right.
But no, we did that. Shout out Spaz. We got the hookup. We got Inside View.
I answered Spaz on X as well. Tomorrow we'll be dropping something for the WFU. So this all was just spur of the moment and off the top of the dome. So yeah, tomorrow we're expecting to have something out for everybody.
Absolutely. Those are the best ideas, my guy.
MDB, Brandon Paul, Mega, I see you. Daryl, we got you. Jose, Ringsider Anthony in the house. Paul Scott is with us. Byron's with us. John C. Charles. Oh my God, lots of people. Robert, welcome back. MDB, Mega, Kevin.
Well, I got a question. Well, Kat's asking a question. Spur of the moment, Ludacris song. Is that what you were referencing, sir?
Always reference Ludacris when you can.
There you go.
Carmen off the ropes.
Tope Con Canada.
Tope Con Canada.
Well, Kill Bill, what do you want me to call it?
Yeah. As Ashante giving her some love. She getting heat.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly been the most character she's had outside of "Do you like my sword? Sword, I can swing my sword, sword."
Right. Thank you, MDB. You're funny. Why are we mad at what culture? I'm not mad at what culture. I'm mad at Cultaholic. What's wrong with? Do you have any issues with?
Listen, we just want to sit here and just nitpick everybody. Yeah.
No. To each their own, and good luck to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 100%. It is what it is. I'm trying to say this as nice and political as I can.
I see your eye twitching of like,
yeah, but no, it's just one of those of still. Yeah, we keep it a buck around here. That's why we're breaking away from the IWC and why we're the WFU and everything, because we're down the middle of not the hate watching, not the fucking tribalism and everything like that. Call a spade a spade. Of we need to get back to fucking reality and not this side on side bullshit. And that's where we lie, is right down the middle. Literally, we're uniting countries that right now my president wants to make you the 51st state and everything.
Yeah, and then we offered you guys to, we'll take the bottom half. Like, we'll just take like the bottom 4 states, right? Like, give us a couple.
That might put me in. That might put me in. Right? We might be Providence neighbors at that point.
Right. We'll take a couple of the states that feel like us anyway, right? They got the snow and like they drew the line in the wrong spot because, it's very similar.
You got New France with Quebec, and you just take New England and just stick it on there too.
Right. But we got a 2 count.
Yeah, we got picture in picture. This is the only time now when we watch WWE that I actually get to watch the wrestling in commercials like you do.
I like it. Big crossbody roll through, though. You can't have Michigan. I don't know if we want Michigan. No offense.
You want the glove?
Shut up, Michigan. But
you can claim Eminem then now because you be from Detroit.
Right, mate.
Shit, I'm gonna just sold Canada, Michigan.
Right. You don't want Florida? No.
U.S. doesn't want Florida.
That's what
That is the Chris Jericho of states, respectfully. And I apologize to anyone that watches this in Florida. I love you. I'm talking about your state, not you.
I think that's half your problem. You guys you're too big. Just cut a line down the middle.
Well, that's the thing is people don't just same thing a bit with Canada, not to get all geographical up in here, but I think people don't realize like how big the US is. Like people's states are other nations' countries.
Yeah, like no, it's insane how many people you and how big the actual play. It's
we're a big bloated bastard. I said it.
I just wanted to double check because I know the difference, but
what?
US pop.
As I'm back in action, I see 80, almost 90 people kicking with us. Let's see if we can get to triple digits here. I mean, we got the damn Hardys. We're kicking it off with a women's North American title match here.
Right. Yeah, you guys have 340 million people. We have 40.
We are 300 times, I don't want to say better, but bigger than you. We're huge. We have the biggest country in the world. So great, so big, so bold.
That's what people are like, you guys don't have an army. I'm like, we don't have people. Like, we only need 80 planes. Leave us alone.
You can ride the moose. You can fight them on the terrain and everything. I'm going to go back into Winston Churchill where we'll fight them on the beaches. We will fight them on the show.
Meteora by Steph, rolling Carmen into the middle.
1, 2, dos, amigos, dos.
All right, so that's our geographical conversation.
Welcome to GeoGuessr with KJ and Big Nick.
Next week, we're going to play Guess the Flag.
Right. Maybe we'll play Among Us and everything, too.
Right. I live in Texas. I want to go to Texas. I just want to see it.
I just want to know it's a place.
I hear stories.
Trust me, I live in the same country as Texas. I hear stories, too.
Steph on the top. Carmen, I mean, good match. Oh, a little Trish Stratus for everybody.
Shows well, we're going to see her on SmackDown and even at Chamber.
Right. Yes, you do. We're adorable. The Wrestling for Life, one big happy family in a safe place. There you go, Ian. That's what we try and be. Fun women's match.
Come in, knock on our door. We've been waiting for you.
Huge.
Christ, there was a car dealership place in like around that I would always get ads for and everything. And the dude's whole slogan was a big Italian dude and everything. It looked like fucking Tony Soprano. Yeah. It would just be like, it's huge.
Huge.
And I think it actually did come out like later on because he was like Rochester, Albany era of New York. It actually did come out that like he actually did have he was part of the family, like Tony D'Angelo and everything.
Yeah, 100%. I got distracted by Spaz.
Read it then. You laughed, you giggled, read it.
America is Canada's tidy whiteys, but for real.
Yes, yes, we are. We are tidy whiteys.
Not all Canadians are drunk dunking on you. Big love. I thought it said drunken. Whoa, shit.
1, 2.
Wow.
Could you see Carmen steal this with, Rhinestone Cowboy at ringside?
Right.
Charles is in Texas as well. So, yeah.
I want to go to New Orleans. I want to go to Texas. What are other places that y'all have that I kind of want to go to?
I don't know where you want to go, but I see Ian agreeing with my whole comment about, Big Nick, his name was Tom Park. It was said huge. I'm from Little Falls, New York. Hey, south of Buffalo. Shout out. Bill's Mafia up in here.
Bill's Mafia. Rumors that Chelsea's mystery opponent on Friday SmackDown is Gail Kim. That I don't believe it, but I would be popped.
That would be amazing.
Thank you for another $5, Spaz. But yeah, I mean, I'd be in. I'd be shocked.
Absolutely. And it would be a hell of a match, too.
Steffi's had enough of Carmen's shit tonight.
Oh.
The vertebrae. That's a terrible name.
Well, didn't she have? It was like it wasn't a spinal tap or something like that she did before. Actually, I'm a Raiders fan. You broke my heart. You broke my heart. But didn't she have like the spinal tap or something like that before that she did last week as a finisher, and she hadn't hit it? It was kind of like almost like the corkscrew thing.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, but I like that she uses this kind of high backbreaker. Oh, we got trouble. What is this? Julia. The Beautiful Madness. One of the best taglines on anybody right now.
And the biggest red flag if you're ever dating a woman.
That's
or actually any individual.
That's all I know, bro. That's all I know.
I think that's all I am. I am what I am. That's all that I am.
It's where is he? Where is MDB? He said all his exes are in Texas. I wish.
Yeah, good old country song. But yes. Julia out here, like, congratulations to Stephanie. Now, does this turn till we get champion versus champion or something? Like, why else are we doing this?
You are the best champion. But this is interesting.
The champion. But you just said she was. What the fuck?
It lost in translation a little. We're good. We're okay. We're hanging in.
A little bit.
Keep
slightly hear somebody. This is it's still interesting to me, that thing about it. In NXT, your two top women, both English is not their native tongue.
It's true. So do we get like a triple threat?
Well, I'm wondering if we do champion versus champion. Do we go warrior angle here of I'm trading in the North American for a shot at you? Yeah, champion versus champion. Speak it and show what shall be.
For when?
Stand and deliver. Has to be stand and deliver.
100%. Then how does Jordan fit in? Then
maybe that's when you get your triple threat. She wins both belts.
2 out of 3 falls. Each pin gets a belt.
Oh, I hate that rule, but I get it.
Ladder match?
She pulls one down and then you got to fight for the next one. I don't know. Like you do it. She's there. I see Jordan Grace there holding up both belts. Of I am the juggernaut, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
What are the fucking shitty bridge, like garbage pickup shit is this?
Yeah, what is this? As we got Santino, by the way, and his little girl. Good start to NXT. Hey, Nick, me and KJ are on top geographically. Thank you for the $2 super chat.
Do you envision that? Do you envision that, sir?
Nick has been on the record as being.
I mean, if you want, I'll do something strange for a little piece of change. I don't know, I'll say that.
At Roadblock. Is that match too big for Roadblock?
Yes, way too big for Roadblock. Oh, as we got Oba and Lexus talking backstage. Well, I will say I've heard a match that's going to be on Roadblock that I feel is already too big for Roadblock. And if you put that match on there, yeah.
Oh, okay. They got to get rid of this paperweight. This big trophies, it just makes the person holding it look stupid.
No, because it's prestigious. You got Japan that has the cup and everything, and you got the Stanley Cup, you got the Ryder Cup. You got to have something. Like, it'd be one thing if he was party rock star Lexus King and he's getting drinking out of the goddamn cup and everything, but he's just goofy, mulleted Tiger King, right. Lexus King.
Right. How is she a juggernaut?
Look at her.
Running through shit, Charles. Lola kind of fell off. She did.
Oh, yeah. She fell way off.
I think that babyface turn didn't help her. I know we always talk about her fake tears. I love Lola. I mean, she's a talented woman. And but yeah, I think they kind of put her baby face. It didn't work. It fell flat, and I think she got passed by. Like, look what showed up.
Yeah, 100. Well, she's not the only one. I think Nikita's in that avenue because of
Yeah.
injury. Lola's in there because, again, terrible babyface promo, like historically bad. But how do you feel about your other girl, Elektra Lopez, potentially showing up in TNA? I guess that's seems almost all but done.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think if she could land, the knockouts need a little flavor right now. Losing, Jordan, others have moved on before Jordan. I think the knockouts division, though booked well and treated well, is a little light on name value right now. I think it'd be good for her, and it's kind of a backdoor way back into where you came from. Like, it's interesting, right?
It's the Barney, shit with Mo of I'll throw you at the front door, then come sneaking in the back door. I mean, Christ, the Hardys are kind of doing it tonight, but it is interesting to see when all of these release talents, like 90 days is up, of where they potentially end up. Does Sonya go TNA, AEW? Does anyone just go to New Japan? How are you, MDB? You just excited because you got someone else in here that's a Raiders fan.
Yeah, like, I mean, and one of the big stories going around right now is Carmella, who's apparently going to tell all. Hold on tight.
Are you waiting with bated breath, sir? Because I'm not.
I'm interested. Again, every company has their issues. Some people act like each company is perfect and they get mad at the other one for every mistake they make. If we all just accept that these companies are going to do stupid shit at times, we'll be a lot better off. We understand that, we don't have this unrealistic expectation. But nonetheless, the point is, Carmella's somebody I could really see going to AEW. Tony throwing money at her, and saying, like, okay, like, it's her Sasha. At least then Sasha might be able to step up her game if the
I've worked with you before. I know how to do this.
Right.
Well, and is that how you bring over Corey? As soon as you mentioned, like, I could see I was already thinking Carmella, AEW. You've already got Big Bill there. They've teased about Enzo's been on the Jericho cruise and everything. My name is Enzo Amore. You just bring back that whole little posse and you call them something else. Right. And we're just going to do WWE NXT Black and Gold over here.
Right. A little weird that Stephanie versus Julia for both titles so soon. That's an interesting
When
thing.
Is it? Like, is it announced for Roadblock?
I haven't said when, but do you feel like it's fast? Both ladies both kind of got their titles pretty recent. And we're just pitting them against each other fairly quickly. So surprise.
Yeah, and it's not, to me, it's not felt like one of those to where Stephanie's trying to one-up Julia, or you've seen that competitive back and forth. That just seems like, hey, this is what we're supposed to do, or everyone's talking about you and I. And I still think Jordan Grace gets added in triple threat there of she still, I think, walks away at least NXT Women's Champion on a stand and deliver.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think they're just looking for box office. I do think Jordan Grace could work into this whole situation. Oh, okay, so we got our new faction outside of the Music Center.
Can we do a poll of, is this faction supposed to be the new Shield, the new Retribution, are they supposed to be the Death Riders? Are they the Nexus? Which one are they?
That's a good one. Let's see what we can do. But who wins, Lexus King or Moose?
Yeah, but Lexus King coming out here, and he looks like he's walking out with a fucking Stanley Cup. He's just such fucking Tiger King. I can't handle it. Of like, he's Dog the Bounty Hunter in pro wrestling. Of just, I don't know which I dislike more, sir. Your facial hair, your character, what?
And you got the trophy. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, I hate you for some reason. Right. And I know he's so good. Like, we thought when Brian Pillman Jr. went from AEW over to NXT. Oh, they're finally going to use him right and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just what Pillman is.
Yeah, and I think he, again, like in his overall development, I think he's a little bit younger, and I don't think he learned a lot in his previous place. And so it's just taking him time. Like he's a guy that's got passed up. Oba flew by him, Trick flew by him. Like, we got Moose.
Yes.
I love it. Let's go.
Did you get scared because you were worried that you might have to swerve on the highway because of a moose?
Now starting at center.
100%.
100% vibe.
Over under 5 minutes on this match. And I'm talking bell to bell.
Bell to bell? Oh, I don't know.
Actually, I'll give you 7. I'll move it up to 7.
7? I'll go 6.
So you're taking the under. All right. So anyone else can let me know.
If New Jay realized WWE is a better partner than the Mud Show like TNA did, would that kill the already dead Forbidden Subway turnstile gimmick? Yeah, well, I mean, again, if they were working exclusively, probably. But yeah, I don't think Forbidden Door is anything special now. And listen, I think people give Tony a little bit of a pass. Like, if they're locking down Gabe Kidd at some point, I mean, again, it's another big name that Tony's taken from New Japan. He pillaged Ring of Honor. Now he's all up in New Japan's business. Look how many people are over here. It's an interesting relationship.
It feels like if you don't want a booker that's all up in your promotion, taking all your talent, come to WWE. But New Japan's best interest right now is to worry about New Japan. Of fuck partnerships, all of that. Go ahead.
And they work with Noah.
Well, even then, they need to stay in Japan. And I say that as a fan of New Japan. In the sense of because they need to lock down. You mentioned Gabe Kidd. There's Clark Connors. There's David Finlay. There's Zack Sabre Jr. There's literally super talent upon super talent upon super talent. That's just on a handshake deal with them. Right. Focus on building it back New Japan to what New Japan was when it signed the deal with AEW, and that was a huge moment. And let AEW deal with the Forbidden Door. They're sandbag now with that gimmick for a pay-per-view. You need to pivot away from that because that's run its course.
I think so. I mean, I've seen it's
the Forbidden Door is a doggy door, my guy.
It's a revolving door for sure. And again, it used to be a forbidden door, but everyone was we've seen so many guys, even Suzuki and Ishii, like we've seen so many of them that, like you said, it's a doggy door. The door is open. We're open for business. I assure you.
Okada is in AEW, and now the most thing he's known for is bitch.
Yeah. And horrible matches.
Yes.
But Moose and Lexus King are off and running.
Oh.
66%
That's a grown man chop. Something you got to deal with.
66% of the chat taking Moose, 13 taking Lexus, but 21% of our fans are taking nobody.
Oh. Distraction, disqualification, Obafemi,
right? Moose. The orange strap is so ugly, says MDB.
I'm trying to remember which has an orange strap. What?
It was the X Division title.
No, that has a red strap.
That's what I was going to say. Nick and KJ, do you think WWE will try in partnership with CMLL or AAA in Mexico? I don't know. That's a good question.
You could have asked me 2 years ago when I would have said that WWE would have a WWE ID program. True. And NIL and everything, and would have still been bringing back Evolve.
Mm-hmm.
WWE and TNA would have had a partnership. WWE and GCW would have had a partnership.
Right. As Moose picking Lexus King up by the head. Big chop. No, I mean, again, I think they've been expansive. Rumor is they're thinking of going to Mexico potentially for a backlash. Right. So, yeah, I mean, again. Triple H has been building friendships.
This is remember when Triple H, before the cardiac events and everything is when you had NXT UK, you had NXT this, NXT that,
Yeah.
and you had a lot of talk of NXT going global. He's just doing that on a bigger scale.
Right.
I got this amount of budget to do this now.
Right. Yeah.
And by the way, this is for the X Division Championship.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's why it's not 3-round format, my friend. They are battling it out for the X Division title, which is crazy. We have the X Division belt on one table, we have the Heritage Cup on another. It's crazy times in 2025.
Just when you thought 2024 was the craziest year in wrestling, 2025 said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah,
Just
right
said, "But wait, there's more."
Didn't WWE just buy Lucha Underground Vault, the same company that was merging with MLW? I don't know. We haven't verified that. I did hear that rumor, but I haven't seen it confirmed by anybody, I believe.
Yeah, and I feel like by now we would have seen an announcement or something like that, especially with the amount of WWE talent that's been in Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
At this point with Rain, with Penta, like you would have seen that incorporated in some way.
Right. Yeah, I think so. And I mean, again, I've been watching old Lucha Undergrounds as of late. Kind of went back to the beginning and thought I'd make a run at it. So it's crazy to see, especially like a guy like Ricochet. Maybe Ricochet should go back to being a masked character.
Prince Puma.
Right?
I don't mind heel Ricochet.
Heel Ricochet's been better. You just don't say less.
I honestly say more of. I think he's one of the few that I give a pass to. I think it works of just him being insufferable. It is the fucking gimmick. Now, is that a bookend, a rock bottom of getting Uranagi or Earnage? Sorry, like what roll to the ground from your shoulder move do I call that one?
Up goes King. I don't actually. This is a great question. Kick to the shin. And he looks like Jericho here. Doesn't he look like young Jericho?
Bloated, blonde with shitty facial hair.
Oh, King to the floor.
And by the way, for those who aren't watching or anything, the entrance ramp is right to the ring, a la AW last week. So yeah.
Straight up forgot that ramp was there. So when he went up and over, I was like, oh my God.
Fingerless Reinhorn.
Moveset reminds me of Lashley. Big guys wrestling a big way.
I really wish WWE could have made Bobby Lashley work. Like even close. Like he was there. And even what they're doing you have people chanting, "We hurt people." It was there. And just what the fuck?
You're an Augie. That's only at Christmas time, MDB. Ricochet is
that's when Uncle Steve has too much eggnog. It becomes Uranagi.
I don't know, and I still don't necessarily agree with this, Paul, as Ricochet was an idiot for leaving. No, he had his reasons. If he had a chance to bank in, especially a lot more than what WWE was offering, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's still young, ish enough that if in 2 years he might be able to come back. That's the funniest part about all of this is. Guys are, I think, a guy like Ricochet or others we've seen, look, cash in now. Get your paycheck. Get paid by the money mark. And then see where it goes.
Well, Christ, that's bringing me into a whole other point here. Moose is slapping Lexus. Now, granted, Lexus is Cincinnati born and bred. The Pillmans run deep out here. So you got to fight back. But the whole Ricochet thing, would we have been talking anywhere near as much about Ricochet right now if he had stayed in WWE as we are right now?
I don't think so.
Not even close. So yeah, I think that's at least a win in a column. And he's still out there with Swerve. Like there is still an aspect that you can like it. To me, it's the Dwayne thing of you either love it or you hate it. Two.
All the ass.
That's supposed to be a roll through and then end up in a tea bag.
Yeah, all the ass to face.
That's normally in a browser history.
Right. King going up and over. So much for a 7-minute match. Jesus.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm making me eat my words, but I was going to say I've
Me
never
too.
seen someone hit a rolling senton and stop in time. Like he went to a point and then fell down.
Right.
Coming up to the top rope. As we're getting a "This is awesome" chant. Crossbody. 1, 2.
Two. King and Moose showing up and showing out tonight. Moose needs to be on the main roster for WWE. He's signed the longest contract in TNA history. So that's a thing.
Remember when Moose versus Roman was talked about as a thing?
Because Moose threw it out there. Moose
Never
knows
trust a
that
moose.
rumor.
If a moose is talking, your vitamins are too good.
Right. Oh. Moose to the top, crossbody.
Oh.
And a nip up. Let's go.
He is still like that's the thing is for as big as he is, he's a fucking freak athlete. 1, 2,
2.
After the powerbomb. I thought it was all but done.
Folks, people keep saying that a certain night of the week has all the best wrestling matches. I'm gonna call bullshit.
Why the fuck you laugh?
As right now, Lexus King down, Moose down. Hell of a match.
Hey, I was there front lines for the longest time saying NXT was the most consistent night in pro wrestling. And boy God, if they ain't proving me right now.
Oh, and they just turned it up. I mean, again, and all this TNA stuff is only
whoa,
neck breaker.
1, 2, 2 go. And I like that though, of the little crisscross applesauce, the little rolling cutter and everything.
Right. Vance pointing out, no squash. No squash.
Yeah, no, this is no squash. This is no pumpernickel. This is no arugula. I'm just naming vegetables now. But
this might be the best Lexus King match since he's been in this company.
This might be the best Lexus King, Brian Pillman spear. D-cleaner.
Over.
1, 2, 3.
Over.
See, and I like the variation on everybody hits a fucking spear right now in pro wrestling, but Moose hits that variation. That's up like a pounce. Do.
Nick.
Bro, the fucking ruler, the master and ruler of the universe, not Sid Vicious. Obafemi out here right now. Cut the music. He's the only human being I've seen that's significantly younger than Moose, but makes Moose look like a child.
Oba's huge. Moose is like a big man. Oba's huge.
I might throw hands with certain people. I will never throw hands with Obafemi. If you see me and Obafemi locking up on anything, call 911 because I'm getting my ass kicked.
Right. Crossbody spear, 2-0. Good job, Michael. Rula. You won the chat. What?
There you go. We won.
Oh, listen to the passion.
Wow.
Energy from Oba.
He's a star. I've said this. I'm amazed that he even ever lost the North American Championship. I've said this for the longest time. He's that guy that hands the belt back because there is no one that can beat me.
I don't need this anymore. Thank you.
Right. I have outgrown this.
Right. Oba Hendry.
I believe in Oba. I'll put it that way.
Right. So we got Sean Spears in a package. I like this. I like what they've been doing with Spearsy.
Well, let's give me a name. What's the fucking group's name? It's just Brooks Jensen.
Oh, they're telling us about the team.
What?
This is interesting. What are you thinking, Giggles?
It's weird. It's fucking weird. The visual package, everything. Like, It looks like some 90s like ghost hunter shit
It's like
and everything.
the Swan, like they'd stand in front of the mirror and twirl. But no, I think this is great. And Nick,
It's just
he came.
it's fine, but it's just the way that they're cutting through to and from it, the fucking
But
text and everything. It just looks so like goosebumps. Are you afraid of the dark bullshit?
I like that they're showing the wrestlers transition though, like from what they used to be to what they are now. Like I think it's really cool. And Nico looks like Sean Spears' Jack little brother.
Yeah, he's the evolved form of Spears. Yeah, cool. Before and past, like it's just fucking House of Black. It's the house. This is the House of Blair versus the House of Black.
As most
Sorted.
Malone as the juggernauts in the house.
Yeah.
Looking good. Let's go.
Jack
Let's go,
Sabrina
folks.
Carpenter can't hurt you. Jack Sabrina Carpenter.
So I like that little. I like that they're trying to give Spears some time. I think they're trying to build up this faction. Izzy Dame just joined. I liked what they did. Control your narrative. That's what they should be called.
No, but that's the thing is I like the group. I like the pieces. The presentation was a little awkwardy. Like I said, it felt very 90s, very dated. You had Spears out there just like the great floating head of fucking Zordon out there, like, yes, my ranger, you will. Like it was just it was presented awkward as shit.
Funny. Nah, man, it was good. You're crazy.
I know I am, but thank you for noticing.
That was good shit.
I like the faction, and it's to me, it's the same thing. I'm interested with the no one can survive, no one is safe. Faction Vengeance Day, which I thought it was going to be, but yeah, it's figure it out. I don't know, like they have a good idea. No one has really done a good like anarchist kind of takeovery fucking faction.
Well, we got that.
God knows how long.
Okay. Well, we're hoping the other group can figure it out a little bit because that seems.
Well, we got the 50-50 odds. We got two factions that are both vying for it.
Right. No, I liked it. I liked him talking about, this is who they used to be, but now look at them. They got new looks. They got new vibe. Like I actually liked it. The Zordon was perfect, spot on. But
that's what it was. Well, Jose out here mentioned a name I haven't heard in forever of saying it had Tim and Eric vibes. Yeah, a little bit. That's the thing is, it was fine for what it is. The way they presented it was ass.
I didn't think it was ass at all. I completely
felt like a parody, like a spoof on "Are You Afraid of the Dark" or something.
Well, I didn't get that vibe at all.
Well, that's the vibe I got. So I'm gonna rest on my vibe. You can rest on your vibe.
I thought it was solid, bro.
I think they have solid talent involved. I think the way that they packaged that was ass.
I thought the package was good. It was far from ass.
Fair. Like I said, you rest on your hill, I'll rest on mine, and we'll meet in the battlefield.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I think they told a really strong story there. It wasn't ass at all. I like
the floating heads.
Only one floating head.
But it looked like all we were missing was what's the droid's name from Power Rangers? Fucking C-3PO's ass out there.
Apparently, Spears said it's time to control the narrative.
Jesus Christ.
Is he returning?
No, don't you do that. Don't you put that evil out there. No, bad. We locked him in a prison called NWA to where no one gets over and no one gets under.
Right. No, I mean, no, not at all. I think that, again, we can agree to disagree on that one. I thought it was solid. But we got more coming your way, folks. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow. And actually, let's take a quick hello to our sponsor. There you go, folks. Get your merch today. Get your Wrestling for Life Network merch. We got more stuff coming your way all day long.
Absolutely. And still be on the lookout. Make sure you hit all the bell notifications, all the buzzwords and everything like that. Because the Wrestling Fans United, the WFU, the separatist movement outside of the IWC coming soon to a Wrestling for Life Network shop by you.
As here comes Jordan Grace. I will be right back.
There you go. There you go. Well, they did also bring up the, throwing hands and getting loud on the bus there between Kalani and Miss Parker. So, again, NXT is women's wrestling at this point. Think about it. The biggest talking point so far on the show, outside of Moose and Oba, which has been there for about 2 weeks now, it is Julia versus Steph, champ versus champ, and now we got Jordan Grace out here. Damn, Oba spoke more clearly, right? But I got Jordan Grace out here looking like Gracie out here looking like Christina Aguilera or fucking Britney Spears. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Bruins 3, Leafs 1. That's why KJ had to take a pause. He's like, I got to cheer them back to victory. As Jordan's talking about carrying the weight of an entire company. Shout out TNA, I guess. Is that a shout out? Is that statements? I'm shorter than Muscle Hamster Grace. No, she's Big Mama Pump. Ricky Team versus Ethan Team is the main event match. It's looking that way, actually. No, Hardy Boys still. Hardy Boys main event. That's why, yeah. KJ, don't make me miss the Hardys. Trick is not looking good at the moment. Jose, fair enough. Well, I haven't seen Trick, so skip to my I don't know. I think he's actually finding a bit of an edge in he's establishing a character. I think maybe that's been the best thing for Trick is to actually keep him down. And hey, you have all the fucking talent, but you need to develop who the fuck you are. So keeping him down might be one of the best things that helped him versus he goes up and he's Carmelo's buddy at best, or he gets into a slight feud with Carmelo and he's out quicker than a hiccup. I like keeping him down and build who the fuck you are. As Jordan laying down the challenge. Oh, Jack Sabrina Carpenter can't hurt you. As Roxanne Perez coming out right now. Trying to tell you guys in the chat, Oba said NXT title on the line at Roadblock. Fair enough, Dale. Fair enough. Appreciate it. Might have missed it. Leafs will make the playoffs and Bruins won't, so Leafs winning. I got no stake in the game. Daryl, what up? Paul, Nick, do you really say look like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera? She looks more like Scott Steiner in drag. All right, Paul. Though, to each their own, you can have that. You do you, boo-boo. I gotta knock your prerogative, but however you want to look at it, baby. Love is love. Vance, what up? I don't even know what you're saying there. Don't insult my wife, Sabrina, like that, Nick. All right. Maybe mea culpa. I actually, fun fact, have never heard knowingly or wittingly a Sabrina Carpenter song. I just know her because internet. I've not listened to any of her music. I'm terrible. I'm one of those old heads now that like I stopped for the most part of listening to modern music unless it breaks through like King Kendrick or anything. But yeah. But Roxanne and Jordan going out of here. I'll send you packing back to TNA. Oh, they said it. They said it. They said it. But I'm going to Toronto this weekend to be in the Elimination Chamber. This is really good, though, because, again, Jordan, you're bringing her in. Obviously, you're going to have her a little bit in NXT. I think Anthony was actually the biggest supporter of this. This is where she kind of got introduced to the WWE audience. She's made appearances here outside of the Royal Rumble. So her versus Roxanne getting into a thing, say before we get to St. Oliver, or maybe that's at St. Oliver. Not a bad shot at all. Oh, everyone has a plan. And then Jordan just, what did the right hand say to the face? I'm going to knock you out. Roxanne, oh, yeah. Well, she just got thrown over the ropes there after Jordan, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. As speaking of, I mentioned Trick Williams earlier. Y'all did. Trick and Javon backstage right now. You fighting over a smile. I'm fighting over the NXT Championship. Oh, I'm over this NXT Championship, dog. Stay in your lane. Like, this is going to be interesting. Like I said, does Trick staying in NXT help him more of Ricky Saints? Oh, as Ricky opens his hand and tries to offer a handshake to Trick. And Trick just, I don't heard about you. It's very interesting here. And I think keeping Trick in NXT is helping that fester. But up next, we're getting the Hardy Boys versus No Quarter Catch Crew versus Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne. I still can't always tell convincingly, confidently if I got his name right or not. But yes, we're getting No Quarter Catch Crew versus the Hardy Boys coming up next. So Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks, and Javon versus Ethan Page and Wesley is at this time your main event, folks. But I am in commercial break, so I will remind everybody: be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling, and trust me, we've even established, we've broken away, we've gone the separatist movement away from the IWC. So if you want to get away from all the toxicity, all the bipartisanship, all the three-letter biases and everything like that, then come to the Wrestling for Life. Come to the WFU. Yeah, Hardy's for the win. Trick never going to graduate. I wouldn't say that. I think this has really helped flesh out what Trick Williams is as a character, as a performer, versus he was best known for being associated with Carmelo Hayes. Ricky Stonks. Hardy's for the win. Mosborn, aka Little Orton. Now, who is anyone out there that's a Pokemon fan or anything? What is the evolved pattern here? Do we go Miles Bourne to Kyle Fletcher to Randy Orton? Do we switch the middle two? Randy Orton's obviously, he's the ultimate evolved form, but it feels like it's the fucking nesting egg kind of process here between Miles Bourne and Kyle Fletcher on the path to Randy Orton. Hardys for the win. Red, got that one. Got that one. Hardys for the win. Miles, Kyle, Randy. There you go. I'll agree with it. MDB was first. John Steve Trick turning heel. Maybe, or at least having an ego about him. Having a little bit of, I'm going after the NXT title. Yelling on that. Hardy Boys for the win. Hardys are back, baby. Absolutely. I've been avoiding listening to the old Hardys theme or anything like that on any sort of thing all day today. So when I hear it first on NXT, then it's gonna fit. It's gonna hit fresh in my soul. Leader of the Absurd Trick should be main roster, but for whatever reason, in his time yet. But man, where would he fit on the main roster? I think he gets the rocket on his back when he goes to the main roster. But I think that's the thing. That sounded redundant, but that's the crux of what you said. Of this ain't his time. He doesn't fit on the main roster.
My time now.
I'm back on this ain't his time and everything.
My time now.
My time. But how do you feel about Trick's clearly spending some extra time, doing some extra reps in NXT?
Yeah, not that much though, because you do remember he did come in as like Carmelo's backup, and then
Right.
then he kind of popped off. But we all agreed that some of his in-ring had to come, improve a little, and we needed some better matches from him. I think he's been good. I don't think there's twofold. One, he's developing. Two, the other side of it is, where does he go? Like, everything's so jacked right now. And this is where the fans get in a bit of a pickle. You can't call everybody up. You can't sign every free agent. You can't book everybody that's currently on your roster. Like, it's just impossible.
Well, that's a bit of why Ricky Saints Starks is in NXT right now, because you bring him to the main roster. What do you do with him? You've already got WrestleMania laid out. You should already have WrestleMania laid out. So
You mean
everything else at this point, you can move past it. Now you got to keep them just warm.
Oh, I got a blink of Miss Parker.
Oh, I got Hi, Miss Parker.
It keeps blinking in and out.
Oh, I got full effect. I got full screen. Trust me. I'm very appreciative.
Netflix is having an absolute fit right now. Trick is turning heel. He's had a bit of a chip on his shoulder as of late, so I don't see any problem. Ricky Starks, Trick Williams little battle might be good for everybody.
Yeah, well, did you see he went for the, let me dap you up, and he closed it, and I heard about you.
Right? Yeah, no, I think it works if they run it.
Right.
Trick needs more time in NXT. He could be sent to TNA for matches.
Ada Parker don't play.
There we go. We go to Instagram. Earlier tonight.
Is this they're watching? What the fuck was that?
Let's go who?
They were chanting "Let's go, Stephanie." It was from the women's match, but it was like we're up in the mausoleum. So I was like, is this supposed to be like we're watching?
Right. But folks, the Hardys are about to return. The No Quarter Catch crew is getting in the ring.
How have they done Ring of Honor better than Ring of Honor? No Quarter Catch crew. I just saw their entries and like that screams Ring of Honor to me.
Oh, Ring of Honor to you? Okay.
It's literally the Ring of Honor colorway and everything like that. I'm like, how do they do Ring of Honor better than Ring of Honor does Ring of Honor?
Well, and we've talked about this a lot, Nick, where that was Tony's big opportunity with Ring of Honor, getting the rights to it and being able to book it. He had an opportunity to make it like this. It's lost its feel. It's just a cookie cutter program that you tape. And again, taping isn't the biggest issue, but
it's dark. You have to instantly. Every emo kid, every early 2000s, late 90s kid right now is instantly you hear the song and you just have to, your body just convulses of just
right. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hardys are back.
Delete the TNA Tag Team Champions, Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys.
Oh, thank you, Dale. Thank you, Dale.
What?
The mystery four in the building. That's what that Insta clip was.
Yeah, fair. Well, that's what I said. We're always watching.
Yeah, okay. I didn't get it. It went over my head for a second. Hardy's with their new WWE merch. Absolutely.
So 100%, you gonna be here and you gonna pitch this shit and you gonna sell this shit.
Holy shit, chance break out. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's why it's all silence.
Yeah, it's funny. And I mean, the story, I mean, we've seen the ups and downs of Jeff. We've actually seen the ups and downs of Matt, where Matt was kind of out of favor with a lot of wrestling fans just for having a bit of a bummy attitude. And maybe Matt's been a little, Matt is always friendly to whoever's buttering his bread, put it that way.
Yes.
And we watched him flip flop a little bit like a fish in a boat. But again, I mean, in 2025, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, TNA tag champs are on NXT. Welcome back.
Yeah, well, think about it. This is the first time since what? Like 2019, maybe early 2020, post May 19th, that we've seen a Hardy on WWE television.
Uh-huh.
By the way, with Matt's whole thing, his wife's the biggest issue. I'm gonna just say that, Rebby, respectfully, you do your husband no favors.
None. Zip. Zero. Zilch.
You get him into some bullshit he don't need to be in.
The Hardys 87%, nobody 5%, no quarter catch crew 8. 8's high for me. 8% of y'all need to think about it.
I do still put some respect though on Tavion Height's name at least. We can't even remember Miles Bourne's name, so I can't say to put respect on it.
Not tonight.
This is still very much they're going to be out there with somebody that can go. Like this isn't Paul and Steve from your local Cincinnati upper West Ohio territory. That's looking like they've got a pattern of male pattern baldness in this fucking match. This is actually them going with guys in NXT.
Right.
MDB confirming first post-pandemic match for the Hardys on WWE. Yes.
Yeah.
Does it burn Matt up that he never got to really do fully the delete, Hardy compound shit in WWE?
Yeah, it's something that the creative at the time just did not go well. I think one of the advantages of TNA and such is that creative freedom of, all right, give it a go, give it a go. And like, not everything's great, but at least the athletes are kind of really trying to work it, right? But WWE being what it was, it never, I mean, I think, what was it? Bray and Matt was probably the best part of that whole run.
The leader of worlds.
Yeah, that shit was good.
Right. Vance, I'm going to click on your comment because I like it, but I'm not going to read it.
I'm with him.
Yeah, Anthony, those tag titles are beautiful.
Beautiful.
MDB, why are males patterned to be bald? Doing are you how? Ooh. Tavion doing all the heavy lifting right now. In here with Matt. Tagging the Miles. I hear somebody. Oh, toss that man into a clothesline.
And I mean, Little Orton and Tavion been really solid.
Well, Chris is saying that the crowd's chanting, "You're not Randy. You're not Randy."
I have not heard that, but that's awesome.
As Jeff in the ring.
Crowd goes
the
loud.
Whisper of the wind, you bitch, instead of the splash.
Crowd goes loud, my guy.
Oh, just the DDT. Is the Hardy Boys at this point, respectfully, a little bit like, if you want to go and see the band that you used to like, and they're on their greatest hits tour, and all right, I don't even know if this is a greatest hit, but you're playing it.
Right? Oh, Jeff!
Yo!
Poetry in motion.
Makes me eat my words as this man poetry in motion off the ramp.
Speaking of greatest hits.
Right? Oh, yes. Miles Bourne hits the fucking Randy Orton snap suplex there. The snap side blue suplex.
It's crazy to watch this like replica. You're not Randy.
He's the greater wrestler.
Yeah. When your favorite wrestler is Randy Orton and you get to create one.
Right. They like watching AC/DC Final Tour. Shoot the thrill.
Yeah, right.
As I'm in picture Tavion with headlock onto Jeff right now. Miles bleeding. Yeah, it looked like he busted open his mouth somehow on the side suplex.
Right. Look at the choke. The crowd chanting Hardys. Crowd is
winning this for sure. Sorry.
What's that?
I said they're winning this for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Big kick. Tagged him out. Is he like version like 17.0 at this point?
Oh, I was almost gonna make a joke, but I won't. What is your favorite version of Matt Hardy? Is it broken Matt Hardy? Is it Hardy Boys Matt Hardy? Is it New Breed Matt Hardy? Is it
I like
Tornado?
Oh, the tag champs on the ramp. I think when Matt first went on his single run with Shannon Moore, V1 was probably the best one.
Yeah, fair enough. V1's
yeah.
kind of goated. Oh, yeah. You're not Randy has got to be something they run with Miles Davis. Well, if being Randy Orton's cool, consider me Miles Davis.
Fraxium now at ringside. So, dude, if we get Fraxium versus the Hardys at Stand and Deliver, okay, I see you.
Oh, absolutely. So think about it. Right now, Stand and Deliver. If you wanted a fantasy book it, just peripherally book it off of tonight. Jordan Grace versus Roxanne Perez. Julia versus Stephanie. Champion versus champion. Hardy Boys versus Fraxium. There's 3 matches right there. That sells the fucking card.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of other things to kind of
I was hoping Oba versus Moose, but I don't know.
Well, Ricky. Well, Oba versus Moose, we're definitely getting
Oba versus Ricky. Is it Oba versus Ricky?
I don't know. I feel like Ricky might go like a Trick Williams or
a Trick Ricky Trick.
A Ricky Trick.
Tricky Williams out there. But yeah, so then who faces Oba?
It's a good goddamn question, sir. Anybody?
Yeah, I believe in Joe Hendry.
I'd be in.
Title versus title?
No. Well, I mean, bold.
Do it. You won't. Do it. You won't.
And let Joe win it.
Shit.
I want one of the upper titles of NXT to end up on TNA. I really want to see that happen. I want to see titles like that title crossover. Someone steals a belt for a while. They'll give it back.
Why are they sitting on the ramp and not at like commentary or anything?
Because they're just watching.
That's weird though. It's not like it's a fucking fashion show. Vogue, strike a pose.
Right. Fraxium's here. Yes, they are.
Matt Hardy really hates mustard.
That's funny. Should tag him in that.
Jeff Hardy firing up in the corner here as Tavion's got Matt Hardy in a chokehold. Yeah, no, best Matt Hardy, if not Hardy Boys Matt Hardy, has to probably be V1. I could slap a tornado.
Yeah.
Just shit him more than botch of just dumps him out.
Oh, Jeff wiping out Tavion. Jeff showing off a little bit tonight.
Well, Jeff still, like, who would you say, and I don't need to want to really ask this, but who would you say has more longevity left in them? Jeff or Matt?
Matt.
Really?
Matt has a different
The
style.
guy with the hip to spinal?
Yeah. I think because of Matt's style. I think Matt has the opportunity. I mean, yeah, Jeff can probably still go, but we're watching Jeff still throw himself over stuff and still be the high
Jeff
flyer.
has RVD genetics of, I don't know what it is. They need to be studied because they're like whisper in the wind as he takes out both men. That's the thing, is Jeff is old enough to like be almost my fucking father at this point, and is still out here hitting whispers in the winds and swanton bombs. Like he has, like I said, he has RVD Wolverine genetics of, I don't know how the fuck he can do this shit at the age he's doing it, but he's doing it and wants to keep doing it. So let him have it.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with you. Only reason I picked Matt is just because Matt can kind of do that ground and pound. That he's not a high flyer. He can play that.
Matt's always had the guy that's the longevity style. We thought Jeff would crash out way earlier than he has. Honestly,
yeah, cool. I like it. Oh, Miles got him up. Blind tag on the foot. Jim Cornette's freaking out right now. There you go. Twist of fate into the neck breaker.
1, 2. Oh, Jeff, you were right there. You missed him. How you missed that? Granted, that's a great storytelling aspect that you did miss it, but it's like, how you missed that block?
Oh, Matt just moves out of the way of the drop kick.
He hit B on the controller.
Twist of fate.
Jeff setting up for the swanton bomb. Anyone with a trampoline or anything that was off of any sort of height hit this move.
Yeah, not me, but I wish I could.
Bro, I had a trampoline as a child, and I hit this 100,000 times. I was out there shot a hair, corkscrews, and everything.
No way. Yeah, no. Born looks like vacant and a blank. CAW had a baby. What does that say? Desaturated in the contrast and the solids it's sold to The Rock for extra catering. Took a second there, but yeah, no, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. That's funny though. You should have stopped at vacant.
Yeah, you put a lot of work in. As hey, we got Fraxium and the Hardys in the ring.
Right, as still your champions. A lot of champ versus champ tonight.
Yeah, but also, like I said, a lot of TNA presence. Like we had the TNA tag titles on the line. We had the TNA X division on the line.
Yeah.
For the record, I love NXT. Matt
sounds like the drunk uncle. Sounds like a drunk uncle. I love this party. Whoa! You're like, whoa, Matt.
I can love it here. Let's go streaking.
Please let me come back.
We got a big day tomorrow. Me and Rebby are going to go to Home Depot and Walmart.
Spaz, I don't know if Nick already read this, but that's hilarious. Good job. Dad joke of the
day.
I
have not. 3 golf clubs walk into a bar. The putter orders a beer. The wedge orders a cooler. And the third club says, nothing for me. I'm the driver. Hey, that is a dad joke. Fucking dun.
Oh, let's find out who the best team in the world is. Music! Santino! Axiom versus Hardys at Sacrifice?
Oh. Yeah, I'm at this point of I'm starting to feel like Fraxium like is the new Hardys a little. Well, yeah, I was waiting for the past comment of you were typing away. I thought you were about to hit the, fucking soundboard or something.
Didn't work out, apparently.
John Cena.
John Cena. With Ava.
With Ava.
In New
New
York.
York City.
Roadblock. Fraction
Yo, Roadblock
is stacking.
is setting up to be what we all thought Stand and Deliver would be. Do not miss it. Early warning.
For the TNA titles?
Yeah. Fraction versus the Hardy Boys. So again, we're the first exit sign off the highway now here. We're letting you know, coming down the road when it comes to Roadblock. Don't miss it. Already, set your calendars, set an alarm, be your friend, tell a friend, all of that, because this is setting up. Don't miss, can't miss.
As we got the family on screen, but Roadblock is stacking. Tony D back.
Yeah, you got done filming that terrible movie. The Not Fast and the Furious.
You can't win them all.
But you do have to win some, and I feel like you barely won some.
You haven't won many.
Yeah.
Like you said, you got to win some.
Some of a bitch. Do they have no other Italian restaurant-y looking set besides this?
No.
I feel like I've been looking at the same set for 2 fucking years.
Right?
I know the wine selection. I don't even go to this restaurant. Stacks Mahomes. Yeah. He's getting Jackson Mahomes.
He definitely gives Mahomes vibes for sure. The music is killing me right now.
Could you pick anything more stereotypical?
It's crazy funny, but yeah. So Tony is wants to go after Spears.
Well, that would make the most sense if you've got this ain't a scene, it's an arms race now. If you've got, Spears kind of went at him, if Izzy was getting in tight and then turns around and gives, the big boots.
Right, as we go to a clip of LFG. Again, anyone out there that's aspiring to be a wrestler should pay attention to this show. It's worth the watch if you want to learn some of the intricacies from some of the greatest that have ever done it.
Yeah, well, and I know it's funny if we compare it to Tough Enough. I feel like now it's been so long that we haven't had a show outside of the people who watched Tough Enough initially that it's pulled that curtain back or anything like that. When it comes to this, like, we know what Tough Enough is. I feel like there's a section of the fan base that has no idea what Tough Enough is.
Might not. Yeah, you're not wrong. And I do think that I feel like they've done well enough making it feel it feels different. It doesn't feel quite the same as Tough Enough, but same vein. And again, just my favorite part of the show is listening to like Taker and Bully and Mickey and Booker critique things, and like even little things that we don't think about, like get your hair out of your face, like crazy.
Do you have an early inside favorite for your team? Like, do you have a team rah rah Shiskumba?
No, not really. I think Team Booker has a pretty good team. There's a couple of solid guys there. Bully will be interesting. Who is
Bully's gonna be the fucking Bob Holly of this shit. He's gonna, good snap. He's gonna be the one that just unloads on somebody. Booker, I like fucking Peanut. The everybody instantly, if they have a female Jacob Fatu,
oh my god,
I really like Taker's team. Actually,
Taker's got a good team for sure. The guy that fought this week, who I think he's like 6'6", I can't remember his name. I suck with names, as we all know. But yeah, I mean, again, I think there's a lot of interesting potential there.
Oh, 100. I mean, you've got even little baby fucking Mark Henry out there. So
right?
yeah,
Vander's kid doing it. Like, it's crazy.
absolutely. Yeah, well, I think Evander's on kid is on Taker's team.
Yes, I believe so.
I feel like Taker's team, and this is weird breakdown analysis, this is in depth, but of he knows how to work with people of size, and I think most of the people that he has under his tutelage are people of size. So he even has the one women's wrestler that's like the tallest fucking woman in the whole class there. So yeah,
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, you go to your strengths, right? And we know what
right.
Taker was. So who better to tell a big man how to play a big man properly? Because we see a lot of big men on a weekly, Nick, that don't know how to be a big man.
Yeah, and that's one I feel honestly, now that you said that, WWE's refound how big men wrestle and
In a
has
lot of
really
yeah,
shown a light on that. They've done well too with adding to the cruiserweights, the smaller guys and everything.
for
But they've
sure.
really reestablished how big guys wrestle. Like Jacob Fatu, wrestles like a huge guy. Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed before he got hurt, etc.
Oh yeah, you made Bronson feel big right away. Yeah, you see Jacob going in there, and he's not selling everything he takes, but he's also not superhuman. But yeah, I mean, again, you really have that ability to work with a guy like Taker. How could you go wrong?
Right. MDB reminding everybody, like the stream, do it. Yeah, do it.
Right.
John Cena, are you sure there's no Annie on YouTube TV? I
I
can
don't know.
confirm because I have YouTube TV and I had to download the fucking app to watch
Oh,
LFG.
okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. There you go. Nick confirming it for the world.
Thanks. Good cop, bad cop.
Now I'm getting the ring with some music, some bow chicka wow wow music.
Well, we've got to be. I've got over the weekend, Zarya and Soruka as Zarya's getting her hand wrapped. I saw someone online, and I wish I could give them the credit because I don't remember who said it, of comparing Zarya and Soruka to when Kane and RVD were a tag team. And I've never felt something like hit clearer than that because that's 100% what that shit is.
Oh, look who's here.
Chelsea.
More surprises, folks. Chelsea and Piper.
And they go and they're involved with Zarya and Soruka, who
Right.
they're going to be the next big kind of tag team that they get behind, I feel. There's a fucking she brought out a taser. Fucking stun gun.
A couple stun guns.
Yeah.
Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Interesting. This is going to be a good match, though. Soul and Zarya versus Piper and Chelsea. I'm in. They have a match next week.
Oh. I hate all the sequins, but
Ariana Grace?
I've
We
got
haven't seen her
Ariana
in the ring in
Grace
a hot minute.
in the center of my ring, and I'm gonna pause for all the
Yeah,
causes.
thanks for that. Ariana Grace is in the ring, folks. We're rolling. The Hardys pick up a win. They are still your champions. And right now, Lola Vice coming out to take on Ariana Grace. So I will put a poll up for everybody out there. You let me know how you feeling on this one. As right now they were talking about John Cena and his return through March. All right, so we're about to get a little scrap here, folks. Little Santino, who you got? MDB going 5-star match already. Oh my Lola, Ariana Grace. Behave, boys, behave. This the match of the night. We haven't seen Ariana Grace in the ring in a while. And actually, we haven't seen Lola in quite a bit either. Lola Vice for the win. Miami Vice for the win. 69% of the chat right now taking Lola. This cameraman sucks. I picked Grace because good reason. The thirst trap is strong on this one. What is your favorite match so far tonight? I thought Moose and Lexus King was outstanding. Grace for the win. Let's go. Jordan Grace versus Ariana Grace for the Grace name. Flying back elbow from Ariana. Here we go. Jada basically on break since the #1 contenders match in December. I feel like she's been in and out for a couple things. No, Richard? Grace for the win. There you go. There you go. Let's wrap this one up in the chat saying 62% going Lola, 38 going Grace. I didn't give nobody as an option because I figured that wouldn't work. Grace for the win. Bum, bum, bum. Right now, Grace with a headlock on Lola. Lola fighting out. I would love to see Ricky Saints, a.k.a. Starks, versus Trick Williams. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Damien. I see the teased it a little bit tonight. I'm okay with it. I think it works. I think it's got a lot of potential there. I think Trick's got, again, he's still developing, still doing his thing. Ricky coming in, especially if Trick's going to go a little bit heelish, I think it could work. Ariana asking for mercy. Lola stomping on her back. Big back elbow. Are you looking for 3? Big win. Big win? Is it a big win? A win. She got a win. Lola Vice gets the W, folks. Wait. We got a cameraman in the back. Not the back we were hoping for. Men down, men down, men down. Yes, it's called a filler match, Richard. And again, it was TV time for 2 women that haven't got a lot of ring time. So you will get some of these matches. Not every match is meant to be a big epic thing. There's nothing wrong with that match. Muffled yelling, and I got the NXT logo on my screen. I don't know what you guys got, but I have lost the feed. Right? Yeah, it's a win. It's a win. And the crowd went dead when Lola just won. Yeah, Ariana might have been a better choice. Mystery Faction beat up No Quarter Catch Crew. Interesting. Yeah, what have we done? Getting them a little TV time and it works. It's okay. It's okay. Again, if you're expecting every match to be top tier, then you're not paying attention as much as you should be. NXT is my favorite WWE brand. Right now, these 2 hours fly by. They do. They cook. We're at 9:30 already here tonight, folks. And I guess I will take a moment to remind everybody we are back tomorrow night. AEW Dynamite. I saw Damien asking how I feel about Deonna and Harley. I'm thrilled to see Deonna getting time on Dynamite. Her and Taya making up the Vendetta, which we never see. They're not used very much. Deonna and Taya, neither one has been an impact in the women's division. But I put Harley front and center on the thumbnail for a reason. I feel bad. Harley lost her spot to Mumu. Why would you not build a match for Sasha Banks? Why not have storytelling? Why? Why not? I don't know. But instead, we're going to get she won a tournament. She won a fatal 4-way. I don't know what the fuck she did. But Mumu coming in to take on Sasha Banks does nothing for your company. Does nothing for your business. Nobody out there saying, oh my God, dream match. Mercedes and Mumu. Nobody's saying that. Nobody, again, I know people will justify it as much as they can, but Harley deserves better. I don't know what this match means or where it's going to go. Is this just a gratuitous match because people were belly aching? We want Harley. there's something special with Harley, and we've advocated for her strong on this channel. She deserves it. And again, I think this is the mistake that Tony Khan continually makes. Harley Cameron gets over. The crowd is going nuts for her. Don't push her properly. We've seen it time and time again. Happened to Wardlow. It happens to anybody that seems to get hot without being a part of the plan. I don't know if it's a lack of I don't know if it's a lack of ability to pivot, or is it just Tony being very into the people he's into and very worried about hurting feelings, and well, you can't give Harley time because you're supposed to give this person time, and the Acclaimed, perfect example. They let that fizzle out. That's a perfect example, actually, and they booked that completely wrong. And that was another example of Tony booking for the internet audience, where they got mad that the Acclaimed didn't win the title the first try. So they gave it to him the second try. They could have really stretched it out. But time and time again, we see people that we get really excited for, and then they go away. They're never booked. They're never on TV. They're in like everything's, scrambled eggs when it comes to the matches. So, yeah, tomorrow we are here for, that's a long way to tell you guys, we will be here live for Dynamite tomorrow night. Will Ospreay taking on, who's Ospreay going to fight? And I don't know why. Oh, the Bounty Hunter, Keith, and Takesh going to take on our buddy Orange Cassidy. So Orange Cassidy comes back, and 2 weeks in a row highlighted on the show. I think, again, another example of making a mistake. Orange Cassidy's not getting love. Orange Cassidy doesn't get what he used to from the fans, but you book him anyway because you love him. Takeshita, I mean, again, he doesn't. I think the guy's an absolute stud, an absolute star. Ospreay better not get sucked into the Jericho vortex. Ospreay should be the poster boy of this company. He's over. He's a heart and soul guy. He should be on everything. But anyway, we are looking at beautiful Toronto, as we will be here live for the festivities, folks. And I would expect to see us around 6:30 p.m. on Friday. There's a good chance that that might be happening. As I got Eddie Thorpe talking about being from Ohio. But yes, Friday we might be live at 6. Saturday we are definitely live at 6. Hashtag Justice for Harley. Yeah, absolutely. The WFU wants Harley. Book it. Raw right now, Raw in my jam. SmackDown for me right now is second, but NXT number 1. That's fair. That's fair. Does Harley need to go to WWE to get better, or should she stay in AEW? I mean, ultimately, right now, I think someone like Harley, I think you have the people that can recognize her talent. I think you have the facilities to train her, more reps, more opportunity. You have somewhere like NXT where she could thrive. That's my take on that. I hate saying that everyone that's kind of hot and over should go to the dub, but if she is just going to fade into the, into the night, yeah, she would. That is somebody that when you see an athlete, a wrestler stand out like that, you got to make the most of it. You got to turn that into money. But Eddie Thorpe not happy with life, as we got Corey, Vic Joseph, and Booker T. We want Harley. Let's go. Let's go. We got to knock on that door. Get her on here. Willow's a great example. Speaking of Willow.
Well, speaking of knocking on doors and not happy with life, I guess. I don't know, but Harley to me is a TNA. That's Joe Hendry. She's female Joe Hendry.
Ava's got a major announcement.
Oh, is it that she's bonded with the Carnage symbiote with her fucking
attire? She gonna announce she found the other half of her shirt?
She found the midsection of her attire.
Did she have a growth spurt? Why the fuck can she not wear a full-length shirt?
Is she an alien? We never seen her navel, even though we call her Ava Navel. But yeah, she a test tube. I spoke to Stephanie.
Stephanie versus Julia Roadblock.
Position.
Not a normal match. Title versus title. One woman. Are they dissolving the North American title
Already?
already? Maybe.
But so one woman, so it is a bit Hogan Warrior of
Yeah, we're gonna
one
get.
woman will walk out both champions.
So we're getting Tony versus Spears for the North American title next Tuesday. Roadblock is stacking up.
Is that Roadblock?
No,
Roadblock
2 weeks
middle
is
of the month.
Next week, Kalani versus Jada Parker. That's a 5-star match right there.
That's a 5-ass match, but yeah.
Sol Ruka Zarya versus Chelsea Green and Piper Nivens. Again, next
Every
Tuesday.
time you think NXT's unloaded the chamber, they just keep reloading. Keep reloading. Keep reloading.
Right? Dynamite tomorrow night. Yes, we will be here live for Dynamite.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Title versus title. I'm surprised. And maybe this is because of the buzz out there that, maybe Stephanie's got hotter than Julia right now, and this is a way to correct it.
We'll see. But I got Wesley with Tyson and Tyreek coming out right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, you were flipping through the panels and everything, but yeah, no surprise or anything so far of that mysterious faction outside of just we're watching.
Yeah, well, they jumped. No Quarter Catch Crew got jumped in the back, so they are beating people up.
The Quarter Pounder crew got caught without the cheese.
A Royale
with cheese.
A Royale with cheese.
Well, speaking of a Canadian with cheese, Ethan Page.
Here comes Ethan Page. Yes. Oh. All right, folks. We will get your votes on this one. Who you taking?
Right. MVB Western League. I don't know if you've ever had to deal with Western Union. I don't know if that's a thing in Canada, but it's a fucking asinine system in the US.
It is. What is it? Come on. I was trying to think of a movie that references it makes me think of it, but I lost it.
Fair enough. Well, I got commercial. I got hashtag not sponsored by Native Deodorant.
Right.
Is that the Eddie Thorpe deodorant?
Right.
I vote Javon team. Yeah, this is the Ricky Saints. This is literally the Saints go marching in because I think Javon's also from around that area as well.
Possibly, yes. So, Nick, they're stacking next week's show pretty big, and then Roadblock is getting bigger by the second. They're really going all out for that New York show at MSG.
Well, it's MSG, and granted, it's like the music hall next to MSG, so it's like peripheral MSG. But again, NXT is one of those of just when you think they've run out of rounds, they keep reloading the chamber.
Right. In a lot of ways.
This 6-shooter don't run out. If I can, seashells by the seashore. But yeah, I even saw there was a meme going around of if TNA had a better TV deal, they'd outdraw AEW, and I don't think it's exactly a bad argument.
It's hard. Again, I mean, if you are somebody in AEW and you're seeing what's happening with TNA, and again, it's not just little stuff. It's like the TNA titles are on the line, not the NXT titles, but it's the Hardys. And now people who didn't know the Hardys were still wrestling want to know where they're still wrestling. It's all those little things that people miss when they nitpick at shit. This is great for TNA. And again, if they could get a better TV deal, like we just saw with Canada, now that they're on, one of our sports channels here, that's big for them.
You can pull this if you want. I feel like the answer is a bit obvious, but who's gotten the better out of the partnership deal, whether it's TNA with WWE or New Japan with AEW?
I don't need a poll.
Like I said, I know the answer is probably obvious, but I'd still like to poll it and everything.
Right.
And see how, the masses feel. But to me, it's TNA has really established itself as a top 2, top 3 with this whole, just on what it was doing as it is. And then now you add in this merger, this partnership and everything like that. And now you've doubled it tenfold. New Japan has been backtracking and falling into itself since it partnered with AEW, respectfully.
Yeah, and I think that and a big part of that is the pipeline. Like, they stopped relying on homegrown talent. Not that there hasn't been any, but not as much. And
Tony ate them all. Tony signed them all. Kenny, Okada, Ospreay, this guy, that guy.
Yes, then to the point when you're used to bringing in talent because you don't have that much homegrown talent, and someone like Tony is cutting off that pipeline. That hurts you. And I don't see that. And people can surmise all they want how Vince would do it, but right now I don't see any cause for concern. If I was TNA, this has gone well. It's been great exposure, and they haven't shoved it down our throat. It's been a little sprinkle here, a little sprinkle there, a little bit more, and it's hot. It's one of the hottest things in wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. Well, can we just fucking move on, pardon my language, from the whole how Vince would have done this? Guess what? Vince ain't here, and he ain't coming back. The boogeyman's gone. We've fucking, saged and fucking Roadblock. Roadblock is when they're doing this. Champion versus champion, title for title.
Triple threat with Grace.
And Moose versus Oba at Roadblock as well.
Roadblock is stacked, bro.
I thought this was can't miss. Roadblock, you got to advance. One lane road coming down the highway. You better merge, motherfucker, because Roadblock is taking over. I'm more already excited for Roadblock than I am for Revolution, and Revolution's coming up.
Right.
How do you feel about this, the crossovers of the 2K entrances to the current entrances?
I like it. I mean, again, if you're trying to market the video game, absolutely. I like it.
Oh, I want to play that game yesterday, but you got Javon Evans out there. That man's bouncy flouncy for all the ounces.
Right.
Everybody, he's bouncy.
He's bouncy. As everything's quiet for Ricky.
This is his debut match. Think about it. We haven't seen Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints wrestle on television in a year.
It's close. It's close. Welcome to the Revolution. They tried. It's close. I don't mind it.
I feel like they come close to, mustard on a beat. Oh, that felt very Kendrick a little bit.
I'm okay with it. I think that's all right. I think the entrance music, it was okay. It's kind of along his vibe. Not exactly what he used to have, which I loved. But welcome to the Revolution. Big old spotlight on him. It works for me.
And this is, though, like I said, this is the first time we've seen Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints wrestle on television since he said Edge had googly eyes.
That's it. Oh, brother.
Oh, brother. But think about it. It's been a year. And I will still say this because it's recently his birthday. Happy birthday to you for Ricky. But yeah.
What about Ric Flair? Speaking of Ricky's and birthdays, it's Ric Flair's birthday.
He's still all right. Never mind.
He's still doing it though. He out there having a time. He is having a time right now.
We are underway, folks. So let us know who you got, whether you got Team Saints or Team Ego, I guess.
Right? Pretty much.
Yeah. Could you see a Ricky Saints and the Rascals versus Wesley and Tyreek and Tyson?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think they kind of ran something like that this week. I think they're building on a previous, a pre-standing relationship.
Yo, all due respect, Javon gets so much height, it almost looks like your
Right,
opponent's waiting for you because of how high you get up.
right.
Man's got bungees upon bungees.
Right.
Oh, Hurricanrana. All right, so this makes sense. So you're waiting for the big pop, the big moment. You get the huge fire up baby face tag. I can't handle it anymore. And you tag into Ricky Saints. So yeah,
Right.
he wins. He gets tagged in, and he ends up closing out this match.
Quite possible.
We're not going to get a back and forth tag. We get the one tag, and I feel the match might be over within 5 minutes.
Could be, could be. We're off and running. How does the chat feel about it? 83% of the chat taking Evans and Saints. Wes and Page getting 12. Nobody getting 8. I like that nobody always gets a little bit of love out there.
It's like vacant. They might always win it. You never know.
Right.
Wesley and Ricky. And again, what is wrestling in 2025?
Crazy.
We've seen Matt and Jeff Hardy,
Right.
Moose and Ricky Starks wrestle in the same ring on the same show in the same evening. And it's not a fever dream.
No, it's insane. And again, it's funny because there are people out there who definitely hold on to like, oh, they were all in AEW at one point. Like, it's crazy.
Why the fuck you just we gangbanging on breakfast? Why we just mad at shit just to be mad?
Right. Yeah, it's a little baffling.
Yeah, as they dump out Wesley, I'm assuming we're going to a commercial break because we've got 12 minutes left in the show. Yes, we go to commercial break. So I wanted to bring, or I'm in picture in picture. I wanted to bring this up because I've seen wrestling Twitter, the IWC, which we turned a blind eye to now. We've got the W4U FU blockers on and everything, but I've seen a certain bit of fan base get mad at Thunder Rosa shouting out O.J. Jackson Jr. for his birthday. And just what the fuck, like already compiling into what happened on last week's Dynamite of like, it's getting hard to trust you. It's like, it's getting hard to trust the fucking company she works for. What is he talking about?
I don't get it. And we talked about this. This is partly why we started this whole WFU idea and the wrestling utopia and getting away. It's just ridiculous shit. I mean, Ricky Stark said it really well, Nick, when they asked him about like, why aren't you with your previous company? And he addressed the fact of why, because I was at the Royal Rumble. Like, get the out of here. Like, is it because I was spotted, at WrestleMania? Get the F out of here. Like, the fans have this like Lord of the Flies high school approach to what's happening in the wrestling. Like The Rock just shows up the day before and surprise, I'm taking over. Or you just, he just does this and he can do that. Like, you got to understand, like, these are, it's not built that way. It's not that frivolous.
Well, even then, there's real life. Like, I hate to say it, go touch grass. Like you said, of high school, I feel like, and I'm not saying anyone that watches us is, but just because it is in the ethos of those people are the people that were the ones that, didn't get by in high school. So they've got to relive of I'm going to take down all the cool kids, all the jocks in high school and everything because they got over and I didn't get over. Like, what are we doing out here? It's fucking pro wrestling. Like, I swear to God, I want to see someone who has an issue about wrestling on Twitter run up on me in public and sit there and publicly out loud start yelling about how we're fans of WWE versus AEW or whatever, and see the people's reaction around them, what they really look like and everything. Like, it's not that serious. It's fucking wrestling. It's
Well, again,
wrestling.
like I said, I mean, the big thing that's deterred me is it's constant. Like it's just hate watching. What is the point? Like I don't watch hockey or football or
Man's watching every
basketball.
Boston
Or,
Bruins game. Just fuck
yeah,
them. Just
like I'm not, I'm not sitting there watching, Grey's Anatomy all grumpy. Well, that is a bad example, but nonetheless, like I mean, again, you watch TV to enjoy the entertainment, and wrestling is in this unique space where people just can't let it just enjoy it. Like, why are you showing? Why do you watch so much if you hate it so much?
what wasn't it like one of the Ted movies to where he's sitting there and he's watching all the low lights of like the Red Sox and everything? It'd be like if I was sitting there watching all the low lights of every time the Buffalo Bills wide right, every time we lost to the Chiefs and everything.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck enjoyment do you get out of that? Like, you're just bitter to be a bitter bitch.
Right. But Javon on the corner, Ethan chasing him up to the top.
Right. Oh, Superplex has become like a very popular move recently in especially WWE, not pro wrestling.
It's used a lot.
Yeah.
That trio woe spot gets used a lot too.
Yeah. Well, I'd argue right now, I think the Superplex is used more. Ethan just backdropping this man on the
Oh
top.
my! Are they okay? Holy shit!
When you had Tyreek and Tyson, they're running a bit of interference.
Which is perfect.
KJ's beard is going to be featured on Grey's Anatomy for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons.
Fun fact, if anyone's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan, my actual name is mentioned in an episode.
Oh, there you go.
Literally, there's an Easter egg. There's a Big Nick Easter egg in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I like it.
All right. Well, he liked it so much, he disappeared. But yes, sir. As I will pull myself together. There.
I'm still here. I hit
I don't know what the hell happened, my guy. The man liked it so much, he just offed.
Yeah, sick to the shit.
Right?
But yeah, no, I'm back.
Fair enough. I don't know what package you had, but there. Yeah.
No, that
Wesley going after Javon, just kidney punch.
Yeah, definitely operator error on that one. I take full responsibility.
Well, no, I was just like, man found the direction. It was the off he could.
Right, Wesley.
That is going to be, I think, a thing. Like, I'm really wondering now where do we go with Ricky Starks? Like, what's his first introductory feud? And it's probably going to be Wesley.
Maybe. Definitely.
We've already got Javon and Ethan. That's already kind of set. Unless are you gonna really do AEW television on NXT?
Yes.
We're gonna book your television better than you could, Tony.
Exactly. How's that for a ticket? KJ with the blind tag.
First off, Steel Booker and the Hugh Clan. 1, 2, don't.
Ethan fired up again. The future is bright. We got Ethan again, a guy that could definitely end up on the main roster sooner than later.
Why could Ethan keep his name? Julia could keep her name. Stephanie could keep her name, but Starks is Saints.
Because there are business reasons for that, depending on the trademark and the licensing. So if he could be Ricky Starks, he would be Ricky Starks. Again, fans got mad, but he likes it. If he likes it, I gotta support his dreams.
Yeah, but it's still it's taking some adjusted to. It's a little bit like Gunther, like Walter here. Yeah,
I'm still gonna call him Starks for at least a while.
Nice. Oh, nice. Tornado DDT firing up. He's getting a win. I told you. Well, you got a second tag. But I said he's getting tagged and he's ending this match.
But look, he looks so crisp.
And the man hasn't really wrestled outside of a GCW show, which he got pulled from, in about a year.
What a spear! Another spear! Oh, Ethan, dropkick.
Which is used more, the superplex or the spear? Superman punch.
Spear's becoming the new super kick.
Yes.
Go, Paige Yvonne. Oh, there goes
They
Ethan.
fight off through the crowd.
We're going to fight off.
You're setting up for Starks gets the pin on Wesley, and we're setting up a Wesley Starks feud.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And Wesley Starks is good.
The crowd understands the assignment. Absolutely.
Right. I like that. Ricky looks great. I agree. He looks crisp. He looks fired up. He looks in control.
No rust on Ricky. No rust on Ricky.
Right. Spear's the new DDT. That might be more accurate, MDB. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Solid main event. I agree, Damian. Javon and Ethan fighting through the crowd. Yeah, they gone. They gone.
Oh.
Oh, Ricky.
Throwing in throwing in Tyson, talking out Tyson. Messing with Tyson. Oh.
Wow.
Teabag. Flying teabag. I came in like a red.
I thought he trademarked. It was reported that he trademarked his name, and that would be maybe part of it. If like, again, if he's holding the trademark, they might want their own intellectual property kind of stamped onto it. So that becomes the dilemma, and it all depends on where they feel you're at with the marketing, and it all depends on who's doing the negotiation on the contract as well.
Yeah.
Ricky didn't give a fuck. He would have signed a McDonald's napkin to get in that company the next day. Woo!
I think he did. That's why he showed up the next day. They're like, this isn't legally binding.
Yeah.
So we can't call you anything.
Oh, Ricky recovered.
Ricky recovered. Rochambeau.
I haven't said that in so long. 3. I love it. I haven't got to call Rochambeau in so long.
Oh, trust me, I was waiting. I was waiting to call it. I was like, I want to say this. Rochambeau.
Ricky Saint standing tall at the end of the night. Yeah, no, somebody said it's got a little bit of touch the sky vibes to his theme song.
Yeah, a bit.
I get they tried to stay in the same vein of what he used to have. So I give him credit for trying to stay true to Ricky. It's not as good as his OG, but we'll forget.
I want them to start going back to actually using actual songs. Like, because even I thought about this earlier today. When's the last time you heard an actual, even a Raw theme? Like, we watch Raw every week. When's the last time you heard the Raw theme song? Yeah, you watch NXT. We're watching NXT tonight. When's the last time you heard the NXT theme song?
No, you're not wrong. And I mean, I think one of the things they used to do is like if you were like oh, wait a minute. As you're just giving Ricky a huge amount of spotlight right now.
Absolutely.
Damn, I missed it. But if you remember, they would take like up and coming artists or artists that weren't super over yet. And they'd be like, give us a song. Like that would be the trade-off almost of like, we'll put your song on our show. You get the exposure.
No one knows Union Underground outside of the Raw thing.
Right.
Forget the last the morning. Well, they can fucking tour to infinity and beyond just off of that one song alone.
The revolution has been televised. As we go back to Ricky, like again, when you talk about making a guy feel like a big deal. The hottest free agent comes in first match, gets the pin, and they give him the extra 2 minutes just to own the fucking ring.
Yeah. That was a bit of mustard on the beat, huh? Hey, Tony.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's try to book a show when it's probably A minor.
If anybody hasn't heard what Drake said back, go listen to that. He wasn't not happy. He is not happy, but he did.
Yeah, but why are you trying to answer back 2 years? Like too long, too late.
He's just swinging now. Like he's just doing the Cuba Gooding.
What is it? Fucking,
Poison the
yeah, it's Cuba Gooding Jr., which
just
is fucking swinging.
no, Ricky. But ladies and gentlemen, NXT has gone off the air. That is the show tonight. Get in the chat. Let us know what you thought of the show. Give it a rating out of 10. What did you like? What didn't you like? Nick and I will hang around for a little bit more. And yeah, then we'll go to bed and get ready for tomorrow. But for my money, I enjoyed tonight. If nothing else, it went fast.
Well, we're 2 days in, but is NXT already setting up to potentially be show of the week? Like it was clearly that last week.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
Well, it was the bit. Well, actually, it started off, and then everyone said, "Hold my beer," and decided I'll step the fuck up. We sat there and had Elijah on Thursday. We had Dwayne on Friday. So, yeah, that's
Elijah went better. Hard. Elijah was the better of the two appearances.
It was the most coherent of the appearances.
Right. Matt Hardy was supposed to debut. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, like just break it down. It all didn't work out. It was unfortunate. Howard Saint. 7.5 out of 10 from Vance. Digital Underground across the nation. Let's go. I see Cuba Gooding Jr. all the time. Like, really see him or like watch his movies?
Right. Radio.
Ricky showed out. So a lot of people are happy with Ricky. How did you feel about Ricky tonight?
Oh, I thought it was great. I kept anticipating with how long they were hanging on him after the show that somebody was going to show up, whether it be whether it be this, whether it be that, a fucking Hammerstone or something. Somebody was going to show up, but you've really put him over, and he feels
big.
Like you're here because it's close to WrestleMania, and you're going to not be here post WrestleMania.
He feels big. He feels good. The fans are behind
him.
They
sat there and gave him a moment. He had the sign and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, again, and remember, tonight's crowd is in Ohio, not in Full Sail. So, I mean, even that, to be in front of that crowd, get that response, and they're smart. Like, he gets the pin, and they just give him the time, the spotlight to stand there and be the star. So, again, does this mean they're going to get everything right? No. Does this mean this is going to be a perfect, flawless run for Ricky? No. But again, what a wicked start. And it's a big difference for me. I look at how Ricochet went to AEW and how he felt like an afterthought. Now I look at Ricky coming into this company. I look at Penta coming into this company. They feel important.
Well, and you tweak them enough and everything that you do still need to put the emphasis on it and everything and put your kind of stamp on it. You tweaked it. So now, despite how anyone might feel about, going from Ricky Starks to Ricky Saints or anything, going from AEW to WWE, now he feels like a big deal. Like you silenced a lot of critics just with putting an emphasis on the syllable.
Yeah, and I mean, I think one of the things that get taken away from a lot of the fans out there, and they can say whatever they want, but you see Ricky in the ring tonight, and you see him with that kind of, you feel like you're watching a guy that's passionate about wrestling, and he's in there, and he's hitting his marks, and he's killing these moves, and he looks crisp, and he looks clean for the most part, if you don't dissect it, but you feel like, man, this guy can really go. Like, that bullet of, well, he wasn't that good. Well, he looks pretty fucking good. You're kind of in a pickle here.
Well, and we even talked about it of the guy hasn't wrestled on television. He made one appearance in GCW and then turned around and got pulled. And outside of that, he's been on the bench and looked crisp, clean, looked fucking fresh, like looked fresher than people who are there weekly. And I know I did. I'm sure you did too. If you get little goose pimples and everything, being able to finally call Rochambeau and everything for the first time in a fucking year. Every time the man got in the ring and was starting to hit the moves, I was just waiting. I was like, I just want to say it. I just want to fucking say it because I've been waiting to say it.
Yeah, no, I was pumped. It's been so long since we've called it. It's nice that, again, it's nice to see him working. It's nice to see him back. Where people say, like, well, like that's the things that we're hoping for is, Ricky's back wrestling. I don't give a shit what company he's in. I'm a fan of the guy. I want to see him booked. I want to see him used. And it was unfortunate because as a fan, we didn't get to see him for a long while.
Right. But so beyond Ricky, we close out the show with Ricky and everything. We had the Hardy Boys show up. We had Moose in action.
Mm-hmm.
We got it announced for Roadblock, champion versus champion, title for title, Julia versus Stephanie. We also had it announced Moose versus Oba at Roadblock. So that's a lot to unpack in one NXT.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this show an 8. It went fast. It was entertaining. I wasn't bored at any point tonight. I really enjoyed the show. I really enjoyed the vibe. I like what they're doing with a lot of these things, and a lot of it's building towards Stand and Deliver. A lot of it now is building towards Roadblock, which they've stacked. But yeah, Moose Lexus King match of the night for me. Really surprised me, overachieved.
Yeah.
The tag match was fun with the Hardys. Big win for them. And you set up Fraxium Hardys, which is outstanding. And Ricky Starks at the end, I thought it was great. Ethan, Javon have their own thing, like you said. Wesley, Ricky's not a bad shout if that's what they run with. Trick Ricky is really kind of intriguing and fun to say.
This might be bias. This show could be a 10. This show very much could be a 10.
Okay.
Well, I'm giving it a 9, but there's a lot here that's cooking. Like this is NXT.
Yeah.
Again, might be best weekly episode, like what weekly wrestling show. 100%. I've been the champion for that for the longest time.
Right.
Of that Raw will have its big moments, SmackDown will have its big moments, but it'll also have its lows. NXT, like I'm finding it hard pressed to find anything I didn't like tonight.
Yeah, there wasn't much. I know you didn't like the Spears thing very much.
Well, there you go. There's your point. Zoltron. We're getting all back to the fucking Power Rangers and everything. There, that's the one point. If you want to say that's the one point because of goddamn, Zed and everything, goddamn Power Rangers. Who's the Green Ranger in that faction? And why is it Brooks Jensen?
It's Brooks Jensen, probably. 8 out of 10 from Richard, 7.5, banger, 8.5, 10 out of 10 from Kevin. Moose versus King, match of the night. I'm with Kyle on that for sure. Wait, are the audience saying TK fumbled? Hannah, I do believe that that might be the sentiment after watching tonight's show, that maybe this was not handled as well as it could be.
We've publicly been on the record of not always the biggest fan of overusing the term fumble, but when you publicly say, I'd like to use them, I wish I could use them, and he's there, and you don't use them, and then they use them, and use them 10 times better even than whenever you use them, you fumbled that.
A little bit. And again, it's accountability. It's the accountability that the fans wanted for WWE, and they didn't have it for a long time. It didn't matter how bad they booked; there was nowhere to go. So it's the even playing field. If Triple H isn't booking someone and they're not happy, they end up elsewhere. If AEW is not booking somebody and they're not happy, they end up elsewhere. It's accountability for the companies that are supposed to be providing the opportunities. So listen, Ricky wasn't getting booked, wasn't getting love. Now he is, and I hope he continues to run with this ball. But 8 out of 10 knee pads. Loved Stephanie V's match. Moose and Lexus King had a banger. Loved seeing Lola. Absolutely. Let's go. 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. 10, Dale going 10.
However, like WWE and NXT have Ricky, AEW has Bobby Lashley. Like that's the thing is like the trade of like, well, I'm saying if one wasn't booked well and vice versa, company and everything. And it's working out much better reverse.
Yeah, like Shelton, great decision, but great career choice.
Absolutely.
Ricochet, I mean, the jury's still out, but we're getting a good heel run right now, and him with Swerve's good. But I mean, even for him, like I understand why Ricochet would want to go. We talk about maybe a Carmella going over there, but I mean, yeah, that's kind of your trade-off. And The only advantage I think either company has over the other is WWE seems to be getting some of the more up and coming talent than already come up and
come up in. Well, we have not fully come up in, but we are coming up in. But every time you mention Carmella and AEW, I just keep wanting to go, you know, our name is Wrestling for Life, and you can't teach that.
NXT is king, 7 out of 10. I'll go 8, 0 out of 10. No Trish.
You better give it 11 on SmackDown then.
Right. Revolution is stacked with Hangman versus MJF, Will Ospreay versus Fletcher, Steel Cage, Omega versus Takeshita. Do we feel like that's stacked? Is that
I do. I like MJF, Hangman, Fletcher, Ospreay. It feels like we're going to the well a lot. I still like the idea of a cage match.
A little bit.
Omega versus Takeshita. I like the match. It's a fantastic matchup. I don't like that Omega's the final boss for a tournament, which he's not the champion. Yeah, it should be everyone faces Omega to get to Takeshita versus you face Takeshita to get to Omega.
Yeah, it's a little odd for as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Will Ospreay and Fletcher are going to bang. We know they're going to cook. But I've been there, done it, and I think Ospreay's past this. I think Ospreay should be the poster boy. I think Ospreay should be the main eventer. I think Ospreay should be on as much social media and local television with the belt on his shoulder as possible. Him continuing to be messing around with the Fowler's family's killing him. MJF, Hangman, I got mixed feelings about, but we got more matches to come for Revolution, so hold on tight.
Right. Would you do Cope versus Moxley, or would you do Ospreay?
They've announced Cope Moxley, right?
What?
Mox and Cope are definitely fighting at the people.
Oh, I know, but I was asking you when you said that Ospreay should be the figurehead. I was saying, would you rather do Ospreay versus Mox?
I would rather do Ospreay versus Mox, but they're going to do Edge so Christian can beat Edge. So it's going to be interesting how everybody reacts to all of it.
And then Ospreay comes in and I cash in the double secret probation. Tony Khan loves me.
Mm-hmm. I know we're supposed to be heading for the door and we got to get to some ratings, but ultimately, I mean, if Moxley loses at Revolution to Cope or whoever, even if you are setting up the Christian angle, does that not just kill the Death Riders?
Were they done on Arrival? I think that's literally in the name Death Riders. I think they rode death all the way through this because it was a failure to launch, I feel.
So is that just
they moved away from the whole hostile takeover, anarchist, movement and everything very quickly. That didn't get over well. And then Moxley at one point switched to just doing Roman of this is my camera, this is my show, this is my TV, all of this. Like the narrative for it feels like such a half-baked idea. It was really cool in concept, but failure to execute. It's the Dwayne thing with Cody of I want your soul. That's a Moxley line. I want your soul.
Right.
But really cool idea, terrible execution.
For sure. Breaking news, KJ and Nick, Daniel Garcia. Yeah, I saw this earlier today. Daniel Garcia is going to team up with FTR. So they took out Cope, put in Garcia, and we're going to do the Undisputed Kingdom. I don't care for that at all. I think the trios thing's a joke. It doesn't tickle my fancy. But 8 out of 10 from AJ.
I feel like Garcia can thrust off.
Never go full radio. I didn't mean to click on that. The Wrestling God. 8.5 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Clay. Cuba hangs out at a local bar in Miami. Okay. Real cool. Tell him we say hi, I guess. I don't know. 9 out of 10 from Eric. Thank you, Eric. Team Extreme. Fraxium and the Hardy's going to cook. I think so. Ricky versus Tricky. I like it.
That's not a bad shout for Stand and Deliver because, again, I entirely forgot about that whole even segment to where, Ricky's trying to, dap him up and he just closes his hand. I heard about you.
Yeah, I think
walks off.
Yeah, I think it's a nice setup. It'll be very interesting. And is it an opportunity to kind of push Trick a little more heelish? So We'll see what happens there. 10 out of 10 from Jose. 9.4 from Hannah. What was the 0.6? What did you need in 0.6? Shawn Michaels.
Hey, you gave it an 8, so why are you critiquing people giving higher ratings than you?
What's that?
You gave it an 8, so I said, why are you critiquing people giving high ratings?
I just want to know what the 0.6 that was missing.
Fair.
What was missing? What would have given it a 10 if you're at 9 point?
Lexus's facial hair.
Right, maybe. AEW signing older talent for short-term gains. WWE is signing young talent for long-term payoff. Facts. Yeah, right.
I mean, it's a tale as old as time. I keep writing it in the sky. WCW.
7.5 out of 10. Julia, 2 belts, or Stephanie Vancouver, 2 belts. It might be Stephanie. I feel like Stephanie's caught fire a little bit here.
Oh. I thought they were going to do a triple threat. That they're not. Mm-hmm. I'm all confused. I'm going to go Julia.
It could be neither. I mean, this match
is nothing going to win this, and they both just it's a fuck all match, and they both
you could have a count out. You could have a DQ. You could have Jordan Grace. Let's go. There's 100 ways to get out of this. You're going to
upset the fan base if you build all the way up to that. It's title for title, and nobody wins.
It's a Tuesday. I'm not worried about that. That's a roadblock.
Club going up.
Roadblock is to set up, stand, deliver. So whatever they got going on at Roadblock, we'll just carry through. I hope. 8 out of 10. Drop a hashtag WFU on the comments after the video finishes. Please do so. And as I said, tomorrow we are going to drop our WFU merch, apparel, logos, all the fun stuff. So stay tuned for that because the WFU is living strong. Nick called his beard Tricky Ricky.
Slip inside, get loose. More punch than a bowl of juice. But yes, no, it's a movement. So 100% you can move or get moved.
Right. Good show tonight. 8.5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is NXT. It was fun as we anticipated. Lots happening. NXT NA is going to be good. Sacrifices coming up. It's 3 days after. We get NXT Roadblock. So many moving parts right now. Lots happening. We are back for Dynamite tomorrow. Stacked in its own right in a lot of ways. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, be a part of all the fun. Go follow all our socials. But yeah, I mean, NXT's banging, bro.
I just realized you got to pick between your two favorites of Deonna and Harley here. A man conflicted, but 100% pro wrestling in 2025 is insane in all the good ways. But our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, but put that for life with it.
That's it, folks. Join the WFU. See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. Good night.